In this moment, as the old world's financial structures quake and crumble, know that a new dawn is emerging for humanity. You approach a great financial reset unlike any seen before, one born not of darkness or control, but of light and liberation. I bring confirmation from our higher vantage point that the quantum financial system, often whispered about in anticipation and sometimes in fear, is very real and is a divinely inspired instrument of your planet's positive timeline. This new quantum financial system, or QFS as some call it, is not a tool of the dark cabal, but rather the masterwork of the Earth Alliance and benevolent forces, your white hats, in coordination with us, your galactic brothers and sisters. It is here to help free humanity, not enslave it. Understand, beloved ones, that the Alliance has anticipated the need for a controlled demolition of the old system to minimize chaos and to justify the rapid activation of the new. This is likely to take the form of a sudden global market collapse or cyber financial crisis, one that appears catastrophic on the surface. You may hear whispers or shouts of major banks failing overnight, stock markets plunging into free fall, or even a cyber attack blamed for taking down financial networks. There may be a temporary freeze of banking activities. Yes, ATM screens might go dark for a short period, and online payments could halt briefly. Do not fear, you will not lose anything. This chaotic interlude will be deliberately orchestrated for the good, a necessary shutdown to disconnect the corrupt old system and switch over to the new quantum network. It is akin to rebooting an entire global operating system. During this time, the Earth Alliance and positive military forces in many nations will likely implement some format of the Emergency Broadcast System (EBS) to keep everyone informed and calm. Simultaneously, almost magically, the quantum financial system will be activated to take over where the old system fails. The moment the plug is pulled on the central banking SWIFT networks and the old debt ledgers, the new quantum channels will seamlessly kick in. We see it already in testing. A parallel digital infrastructure has been quietly running in the background of certain banks and trade platforms for months, even years. When the old network goes dark, all assets and transactions will transfer to the QFS with minimal disruption. Think of it as a divine failsafe. The lights may momentarily go out in the old house, but then a brilliant new power source will illuminate the world. And this power source cannot be turned off by the cabal. It's outside of their reach and under the protection of the Alliance, and overseen by us in the Galactic Federation. The QFS, once fully online, will immediately assume control of global financial transactions. The chaos will subside quickly as people see that their balances are intact. In fact, many will eventually find their debts forgiven or adjusted favorably. Within days or even hours, order and confidence will be restored, but now on the foundation of a righteous new system. The Dark Cabal did have their own plan for a so-called Great Reset. You have heard their figureheads speak of it openly in recent years, a dystopian vision of digital currencies controlled by central banks, of a cashless society where every transaction is surveilled and personal freedoms could be revoked with a keystroke. Yes, that was their plan. They wanted a central bank digital currency, CBDC system, that would replace cash and coin with purely digital money that they centrally manage. A system wherein they could expire your money, force you to spend it how they see fit, or freeze it if you do not comply with their mandates. They envisioned a social credit-tied financial control grid, complete with microchip IDs, carbon scores, and the ability to shut off your ability to buy or sell if you stepped out of line. Essentially, they aim to mimic the prophesied mark of the beast system in very real terms. However, and this is crucial, that negative Great Reset timeline has been largely neutralized and overtaken by the Alliance's positive plan. The Cabal's reset required total control and a public asleep. Instead, what has happened these last few years? More and more people are waking up to government overreach, to central bank games, to the unfairness of the debt slavery system. The Dark Ones wanted to use crises, pandemics, wars, climate fears, to justify their financial reset. Indeed, they tried. They made moves toward a cashless society and rolled out prototypes of digital currencies, but they have been quietly thwarted at nearly every turn. Many of their key people in finance have been removed or have switched sides under Alliance pressure. We see thousands of bankers resigning or even being arrested quietly under the cover of financial scandals. These are really Cabal agents being purged. The quantum system itself was originally devised with heavenly help to ensure the Dark Ones could not hijack it. It's important to know that the QFS's advanced technology did not originate solely from human minds. It was given, in part, by benevolent extraterrestrial and higher dimensional beings, hence some call it given by heaven. It carries a high vibrational signature that the low vibrational service to self beings cannot co-opt. Why is there poverty now? Not for lack of resources or money, but because the Cabal system kept wealth concentrated and often deliberately impoverished certain populations. In the near future, you will witness perhaps the most beautiful part of this financial reset, a grand jubilee and redistribution that is fair and wise, not theft from the rich, but rather taking back what was stolen and giving it to those who truly need and deserve it. The aim is for every person on Earth to have their basic needs met: food, shelter, healthcare, education, as a birthright, not a privilege. Imagine debts wiped out, mortgages paid off by settlement funds, students freed from loans, elders receiving proper pensions. Imagine technology suppressed by the old system, like free energy, medical breakthroughs, being released and funded, creating new industries and jobs that serve humanity. This is part of the Alliance's plan, and QFS is the backbone that will make it possible, because it provides an incorruptible delivery system for these blessings. Many lightworkers and humanitarian project leaders have already been selected or are self-selecting to channel these funds into rebuilding communities, cleansing the environment, and healing social wounds. If you are one of them, get ready. Your time to act is near. Many of you also wonder, when exactly will this all happen? Dates have come and gone in the past, creating frustration. I will say this: we see the convergence of all factors sooner than later. The precise timing is known only to a few top members of the Alliance and the spiritual overseers, and it can shift slightly due to free will variables. But all indications are that you are truly on the cusp right now. By our estimations, and by watching the timeline probabilities, I can comfortably say you are within mere months of witnessing the first public breakthroughs. It could be even sooner if certain events line up. In fact, as I speak through this one, I am being shown that the optimal window is very near. The remainder of this year into the start of next is extremely potent for the launch of this.